Welcome to the American Dream in the Eyes of Immigrants podcast. I am your host, Heidy De La Cruz, and I am on the mission to change the narrative of immigration, one immigrant story at a time. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the American Dream in the Eyes of Immigrants podcast. I am your host, Heidy De La Cruz, and today I have the amazing Denise, the brand mom, and she is going to be talking about her journey coming to the U.S. from Argentina by herself. Can't wait to hear about this, and her journey coming and culture shocks and her business. Definitely want to get into her business. So welcome, Denise. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the space a lot.
So excited to finally talk to you because we've known each other from online, and then we met at the conference, the Rich Girl Conference, and I remember I had heard you on Brit's podcast.
Okay.
And I was like, she's a badass. And then you were on stage and you mentioned about coming by yourself, and I turned to John because John was like literally right next, and I was like, ¿De dónde ella es? And he was like, from Argentina. And I was like, I need her on my podcast. Like, hold on. What do you mean you came by yourself at 18? So first of all, introduction, who you are, what you do, and then we can get started on your journey.
Yeah, and actually, let me tell you, that day, I was fangirl. Like, when I saw that you were on the group and you were going to go to a conference, I'm like, oh my God, she's going. I'm like, I want to meet her. And then when you approached me, and I'm like, oh, I was going to ask you.
I was like, no, I got to have her on my podcast. So thank you so much for this.
No, of course. So, I'm Denise Arruda. I'm from Argentina. I just turned 26.
I thought you were older. I was like the way that you
I get that a lot.
Yeah,
I get that a lot.
You carry yourself. When I saw it, I was like, she did not just turn 26. Like, oh my God.
I just turned 26 a couple of days ago. And yeah, I get that a lot, but I just started way too young. I started working when I was 14, so I skipped the whole like teenage part. And then, this is what happens.
Yeah. No, you do grow up very quickly. So like for me, it was I had my daughter at 20. So people always think that I'm older than I am because like that just makes you grow up immediately. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So I am an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I'm the owner of the brand Mob. We do graphic design, branding, websites, traditional marketing, like a little bit of everything. And I recently started doing coaching. I am coaching other business owners in how to start their business, but how to skip the hard part. I had to go through a lot of mistakes, through a lot of errors, through a lot of crying and tears, sweat, and losing a lot of money because of little errors for not having the right guidance. So I'm just trying to help people not have to go through that.
Yeah. No, I completely understand because that's why I help people launch their podcast because I did it myself and it's so overwhelming. And I'm just like, I want to be the person that I needed. So like they don't make the same mistakes that I did and like not waste that time. It's like have somebody that will guide you so you don't make those mistakes. And I understand that people learn with making mistakes, but I feel like we're at a point now that it's like everything costs something, either time or money, you know? So it's like buy back your time and, avoid certain mistakes. So
yeah, and it also depends on which mistakes you are making. Like, everyone is going to make the mistake of like not being super organized or not launching on time, like, etc. Like problem with a client, you are still going to make those mistakes because they are normal. But the big mistakes, like a couple of mistakes, made me lose 6 figures.
Wow.
Like mistakes are no joke when it comes to business.
Yeah.
So I am trying to skip that part, the big mistakes. Like don't mess up as I did.
Yeah. So tell us about life back home in Argentina.
How long do we have?
Oh my goodness.
Well, life back in Argentina, I'm not saying like it wasn't great. It wasn't bad.
Okay.
I think that here I feel I lack a lot of things that I had there, and in there I lack a lot of things that I had here. The financial stability that you have here, the opportunities, which is why I came here, like all of those things, you don't have those kind of opportunities there. I feel like people see Argentina as this big European place that everything is great and everything looks beautiful and the streets of Buenos Aires. And then let me tell you that that's not true. Like it's in Buenos Aires now. Argentina is huge.
Yeah.
Buenos Aires is like this. Argentina is bigger than Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So I am not from Buenos Aires. I'm from Rosario, a small city about like 4 or 5 hours from like Buenos Aires, the main state. And after that, like there's a lot more. There's a lot of poverty. There is a lot of struggle. There is a lot of everything. Like my city personally is not safe at all.
Wow.
Like I come from what's called a Fonavi, which is like the favelas from Brazil. You know, like you have one main street and then inside there are no streets. Like
oh,
you
like
just like
slums and like,
yeah, you
okay.
know, like the little pasillitos and all that.
Yes.
So it's really different to what people see from here. And then there's a lot of like misconception too from the same Argentinians. And that's what I realized when I came here. I'm like, here it's really weird that someone that's not from Buenos Aires comes to the US. And then like you get a lot of like bullying from other Argentinians. And you're like, dude, like we come from the same place.
Yeah.
So yeah, like back home, I come from a really humble family, you know, like I always went to the same school in the neighborhood. I don't know. It's hard to talk about the back home life because I loved it a lot and I don't want to like complain about it.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot of like lacking of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I always live with my dad, with my grandma. I call my grandma mama. And it was like a lot of lacking on either like my dad is always working because we can't afford otherwise.
Yeah.
So it's like time, it's money, and growing up, I feel like I set myself up to come here my whole life without really knowing. I always wanted something different. I wanted to cut those cycles. Like I didn't want it to do the same thing as I always seen. Because when my grandparents were the same, my parents, my uncles, my aunties, like everyone had the same life. And I started studying English when I was like about 5. And then after like 12, I started studying in the US Embassy because I wanted a student's visa. And the thing that I remember the most is when it was going to be my quinceañera, my family was like, go to Disney or do the party. And I'm like, no, I want the party. And everyone was like, no, but you're never going to get the chance to go to the US like again. Wow. And you're never going to see Disney. I'm like, I live 20 minutes from it right now.
Yeah, like this is in my backyard.
I knew it back then, you know, I'm like, I will go. Like, I'm going to live there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
People was like, no, like, you're crazy. And I'm like, maybe, but I know I'll live there.
Yeah.
And well, yeah, I'm 20 minutes from Disney now. So that's one thing that you're going to hear a lot. You're not going to make it. It's not going to happen. It's so hard. You're crazy. Like, you come from a poor family. What do you mean that you're going to live in the US?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, actually, you can.
Yeah. So your family's still back there?
Yeah, my mom is here. And then I have my dad, my siblings, you know, like my grandma, everyone else is back then.
Okay. So 18, right? That's when you came?
Yeah.
By yourself? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It was so scary.
Yeah, tell us about that. I bet. 18, you're a baby.
Yeah. No, it was scary, definitely. And the thing is, I was not supposed to just stay to live here.
Oh, okay.
It was like, I was, as I say, like I was trying to get a student's visa. It was taking way too long to do an exchange. Because again, no one wants to go to my city. Everyone wants to go to Buenos Aires. So being from this little city and getting someone to do an exchange to that city was really hard. So then I ended up getting my tourist visa when I was like 17. And I was saving up money. I finished high school and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's time. Like I'm done.
Yeah.
The government had changed that year in my country, and we already knew that things were going to go really sideways. So I'm like, if I don't leave right now, it's just not gonna happen. Yeah. And then I'm like, hey, Dad, like I want to go or whatever. My mom had been here for about a year and a half. But again, like I used to live with my dad, with my grandma, like it was different. And the coming in here was like, okay, like you have a place to crash for a couple of months, but you gotta get your job, get your own place, you know, and all that. And then it was like, at the beginning, it was like, okay, I'm gonna try it for 5 months. So I came here. I was supposed to stay. I think we talked with my dad and he told me like 2 months because that was another thing. Like, I'm daddy's princess. I'm daddy's baby.
Aww.
And then me leaving for the first time in my whole life.
Yeah, that's an
To
adjustment.
a whole other country without him.
Mhm.
Mind you, I didn't know how to make un arroz blanco back then. And my dad was scared of his mind. So I stayed 2 months. I got here on the 14th. On the 16th, I was working.
Mm.
In 2 days, I found a job. I'm like, Mom, I'm putting a limit on myself. Like, I knew I was going to stay already.
Yeah.
I just couldn't tell my family because they were going to freak out.
Mm.
So I told my mom, like, look, I'm going to crash in your couch for about 2 months and then I'm going to get my own place. And she's like, I'll stay here as long as you need, you know, whatever. So I did that, work, 2 months passed. I'm like, okay, I got to talk with that. Hey, papi, like, I think I'm going to stay like 5 months, 6 months, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, well, like, don't get too used to. And I'm like, well, they pay me in dollars, you know? Like, I'm going to save up money. I'm going to come back. Because back then we were doing construction in front of my grandma's house for me to have my own house in that land.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I'm going to save up money. I finish the house. I buy a car and then we all cool. Like, I just go back to my job. So, okay, cool. 4 months passed. That starts like, yo, you gonna get the ticket to come back? I'm like, yeah, next month. 5 months, 6 months, 6 months. I pick up the phone. I'm like, papi, I'm sorry. I don't know when the hell I'm gonna come back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in college, you know, like I just sign up for college now. I'm gonna do my GED. I'm gonna do like, back then I wanted to do business administration. So I'm like, I signed up for everything. I pay for my stuff. And I signed the lease for an apartment.
So you are committed. You're staying. Yeah.
And for my family, it was a huge shock. We didn't talk for about 3 months with none of them, which was like a huge toll on me.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I have to do this for myself. They still see as that she's crazy, you know? Like, how the hell is this going to work out? Like, you couldn't afford a car here. What makes you think you're going to be able to do it here?
Yeah.
And the difference is the opportunities that you have here. And as a immigrant, young, barely any English, because let me tell you, whatever they teach me in Argentina, girl, the first time a gringo talked to me here, I was like,
what are you saying?
1 second. I did 1 second, and I left, and I cried.
Oh,
no. I'm like, I don't give whatever the fuck he said. I don't know what it was, but so, you know, like, it was a lot. It was a huge shock, but still, with everything against me, I had every single opportunity and I didn't let go none of them.
Good.
Anything they throw my way, I will take it. Yeah. Back then I had like 3 jobs.
Wow.
But then I got myself an apartment on the beach at 20.
Wow.
Only 2 years being
You've
here.
always been a hustler.
I started working at 14.
Yeah.
I was at school and I'm like, look, I talked with my dad. And the good thing is, like, my parents never made any decision for me. I always been super, super free. Like, you want to put green pants and a red shirt? Yeah, you're going to look like La Luz de la Esquina, but do what you wish, you know?
Yeah.
So when I was 14, I talked with my dad. I'm like, I don't think I can do high school anymore.
Wow.
And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I'm 8 hours there. I barely learned anything. And I could be making money. I'm like, I want to help you out. I don't want to do that no more. Like, well, it's your decision. The only thing is that at 18, you got to come with a diploma somehow.
Yeah.
That's the only rule. I'm like, okay, cool. So I went. I will get signed up at school. I will go for 2 weeks or 3 and then not go anymore. So then that way they will let me do all my exams at the end of the year.
Okay.
So then in 1 month, I will just do 12 exams of all my, how do you call it? Like assignments or whatever. And then I will pass all of them.
Oh my God.
And that's how I did my whole high school.
Wow.
The only year that I actually did high school was the first year. Then after the second year, I'm like, I'm done. Yeah. Wow. Started working in a little cafe. Then after that, I started working at a restaurant. And after that, I think it was 16 or 17. My dad had to sign a couple of papers, but I started working at a casino.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So, yeah, always been a hustler. You just always had that mentality in you. And also, like, I can tell, like, you were just a go-getter. Like, this is what I want. No one can tell me anything. And
Yeah.
because a lot of people especially immigrants, a lot of people let their family influence them and, like, put that scare, like, a fulano le pasó esto, so you can't do this porque, but, like, you were just, like, blocking all that noise. And you're like, this is what I want and I'm going to go for it. And you did. And, like, look
Yeah,
at you now.
I always been the same. It's like, I don't want the same as what I saw my whole life.
Yeah.
And if I do the same that you guys did, like, the result is not going to change.
Hi, Heidi here. Thank you so much for listening and supporting my podcast, but most importantly, the mission. If you would like to further support this podcast, there are a few ways you can do that. You can sign up for the newsletter. You'll receive the episodes straight to your inbox every time they drop. The link is in the show notes and the show description. You can subscribe to the podcast YouTube channel. And lastly, you can donate money. That link is also in the show notes and show description. If you would like to sponsor an episode or promote your business on this show, send me an email at heidi@heididelacruz.com. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the episode.
So
Yeah.
I just always went for it. And I'm like, what's the worst thing that can happen? I can fail. And then I come back. And I go back to live. I go back to live with my dad.
So you came directly to Florida?
Yes, I was in Miami until 2023. Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna be like 2 years that I've been living in Orlando.
Okay. And so tell me about cultural shocks, like when you first got here. Can you remember any that you... Oh, no.
The food.
The food.
My grandma's carne guisada.
Oh, no.
No, girl,
Yes,
going
definitely.
to a market. First of all, we have little markets everywhere. Like, I had what we call an almacén right in front of my house. And remember, we didn't even have a street. We had a pasillo.
Yeah.
So it was like, open the door and scream at them.
Hey,
Yo,
necesito.
claro, tú tienes una bolsa de arroz. Te pago mañana porque no cobré.
Yeah.
I here had to drive to go to a huge supermarket.
To drive. You can't even walk.
Drive to go to a huge supermarket to get a bolsita de arroz.
Mm-hmm.
Girl,
Yeah.
that was first. Second, where are my alfajores? Where's my dulce de leche?
Oh, no.
I said the first time I went to the supermarket by myself, I called my dad. I'm like, Mama, ¿a dónde que están los alfajores y el dulce de leche? Like, what aisle? And she's like, baby, there's no alfajores or dulce de leche.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, I gotta go back.
Just for that.
Yeah, no.
Oh, my goodness.
No, yeah, the food and then missing my family.
Yeah. Oh, that's
like,
always the hardest. Yeah.
Missing my dad, missing my grandma, things that like happen in between. Like my grandma who raised me, who I call mom, she had a stroke when I was here.
Oh.
And I was still not able to go to Argentina.
Oh, yes.
Girl, I grabbed that laptop and I was getting a ticket. I'm like, I don't know, give a fuck.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, no, but you're never going to be able to come back. Like, you fuck up your visa, Like, I do not give a shit.
Yeah.
That woman raised me. I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
And then my dad called me. He's like, there's nothing you can do. Like, she's stable now. She's in the hospital. I'm like, I just want to be there.
Yeah.
And then I was getting a ticket. And my cousin came over to my house, grabbed my laptop, and threw it to the wall.
Oh, my God.
She's like, if I got to tie you up to a chair, I will.
Oh,
you're not leaving. I'm like, thanks God she did that day. Because I think it was my third year here. And it was like really hard, like a lot of things that happen in between and you're not able just to be there. I think that was the biggest thing. And we don't value that when we have it. It's like just waking up and be there.
Yeah.
Like anything happens, you are there.
Yeah.
My sister had 2 babies. I didn't met them until last year. My niece is 6 now?
Wow.
So I met them at 5 years old.
Wow. Yeah, that's usually the hardest, like the families.
Yeah.
When I ask people, like, what do you miss back home? It's always the family.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't miss anything else.
Yeah.
I don't miss the gritadera, the shootings, the stealing, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
The only thing that I missed is my family. I'm like, if I could bring them and have all of them here, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't really miss. I love my culture. I love my country. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I cannot stay there more than a month.
Yeah.
Ever again.
Yeah. So talk to me about visiting. So you weren't able to go then. So when you were able to go, how was that experience?
A lot of crying.
That's a very common answer.
A lot of crying. I went there after 7 years.
7, wow.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
So I went back, like, and again, a lot of things happened in between. Like, I got married.
Oh.
My dad was not here, like I didn't have my business back then. But like I did a lot of things in between, and it's like I came back as a whole different person.
Yeah.
And it's just that shock first of everyone that was in my life before was in the same place.
Was in the same place?
Yeah.
And
that was my biggest shock of like, thanks God I did what I did.
I've heard that before. It's like they go back. Certain like people that I've guests that I've interviewed, they're like, I go back and it's like time has stayed still.
Yeah.
Like
nothing
has changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's
I went there. It's like
crazy.
the same neighborhood, the same house, the same job, or no
haciendo,
job.
La gente haciendo lo mismo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, thanks God I left because I will be in the same place too.
Yeah.
So that was one of my biggest shocks. And then my sister grew up. Like, I left when she was 6. I came back, she was 14.
Yeah.
I'm like, I saw this whole grown up. She's taller than me now. I have a video where she went to hug me. And she's like, this. And I'm like, dude,
what happened?
No, stop. I'm like, I was still doing braids on your hair when I left. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So the first thing was getting in the airport, she saw my dad, my grandma, my sister, cried everything out. Like I had my grandma and I felt like I was shaking. Like when I hugged my dad, I felt like my legs were shaking. I'm like, papi, I'm gonna fall. And then the ride home, because again, like the planes only go to Buenos Aires. And the fun thing is that I got there. We walk out, we go to the car, and my dad forgot the lights on of the car.
Se fue la batería. Oh, man.
My dad is like, welcome home, mamita. Drop the bag and push the car.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, I guess this is my welcome. Like, welcome to reality, Like, this shit happens. But, the biggest shock when I came back, it was just seeing everything exactly the same.
Yeah.
I'm just being glad I took the decisions when I did.
So it was kind of like confirmation, like, okay, I did the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like everything that I went through, it was really worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Is your husband Argentine?
No. If there is any other Argentinian or Brazilian listening to this, I am sorry. I have betrayed the culture, but I married a Brazilian.
A Brazilian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's funny that you say that because I always said that like I was not gonna be with a Dominican. Yeah, I don't wanna say too much in the recording, but like after my daughter's dad, I was like, no quiero dominicano en mi camino. Like I'm done. But then my husband is Dominican. But the thing is that like he is not your typical Dominican at all.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, no Dominicans in my life. But
now when I told my dad, he's like, ¿Qué vamos a hacer para el mundial? Like, y'all gonna divorce for 2 months or how's that gonna work out?
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I'm like, I was just so lucky that I love soccer. It's something like, I was little, my dad will take me to the stadium. I never missed a game, like nothing. And then my husband doesn't care about it. So I'm like, it's perfect.
It works out.
He will fight over a car race. Yeah, that's for sure. But I'll be screaming at the TV in the middle of the Mundial, like he'll be laying down or something. Like he doesn't care. So I'm like, okay, we're great. Like after he told me he didn't care about soccer, I'm like,
perfect. It works.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness. Have you been to Brazil?
No.
No.
Actually, he didn't go to Brazil for about like 12 years.
Mm.
So when I went to Argentina, it was either both of us going to Brazil or Argentina. But we both haven't seen our families in really long. So we decided he went to Brazil and I went to Argentina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So next year, hopefully, we're going to both.
Both. Okay, perfect. That's so cool. So you already told me what you missed about living back home was the family, nothing else. So let's switch gears to your business. So you mentioned that when you first got here, you did the 3 jobs and everything. So when did you decide like you wanted to be an entrepreneur? Like when did the shift happen?
It was weird because I started as a freelancer.
Okay.
While I had 3 jobs, I was going to college.
You had 4. In college. Oh my God.
I was going to college. So I studied business administration and I'm like, I don't think this is for me. So I dropped. I think after the first or second semester, I dropped. And then I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Because I can't keep working for the restaurant, the bakery, and the food truck my whole life.
Yeah.
So I just started researching, and my family, it's always been in the clothing industry.
Okay.
And my dad he's a designer and everything. So I'm like, okay, I think fashion design could be it because I already know a lot about it. And I'm like, I don't completely love it. And then I got into graphic design.
Okay.
And that's how everything started.
Oh.
So I started studying graphic design. And while I was studying, I was just like getting gigs for cheap, like I did logos for $50 back then. It even hurts to say. I did
somewhere though,
I did websites for like 100 and 150, like a full website. So yeah, I studied graphic design and web development at the same time. I quit one of my jobs because I was taking these gigs. So that was replacing that money. And I was studying and doing that as a freelancer. So while I was doing that, then honestly, one client took me to get one more thing. I was doing graphic design. They're like, yo, do you think you can do the website? And I'm like, give me a week. I did a quick course on how to do a website. And while I was studying, I was doing it. My first website, I did it for free because it was practice. And then after that, they're like, do you think you can take on our social media? And I'm like, okay, cool. I started studying marketing.
Yeah.
I didn't love social media. I did it for a while just to get more clients, but I have my degree on social media marketing. I have graphic design and web development.
Okay.
So I did all of it while I was studying. And then I got a couple of gigs where they wanted me to take care of everything. So there was these couple of Argentinian investors that wanted to invest here. So what I did is that I did research. I found places for them to open Argentinian bakeries and stores. And then I will do everything. I will build a place for them, get the machinery, do the marketing, the whole website, everything. And also be there for the first couple of months training their team.
Okay.
Because I had been in hospitality for about 6 years back then. I was 19, 20. So I will train the whole team. And that's as a freelancer how I reached 6 figures.
Wow.
So not even planning, just freelancing and figuring stuff up.
And things just
develop. And then they wanted more and more and more. And then one recommended me to the other one. And yeah, that's how I reached 6 figures.
Nice. And what is Denise doing today?
Denise now is an actual entrepreneur. She got her shit together as a business. When I went back to Argentina, when I did all that money, I bought my dad a car. It was in the middle of the pandemic. So I'm like, yo, at least to Uber or something. And then I gave him money to start his own clothing brand. So when I went back to Argentina, it had past time already. And my dad has a whole warehouse with employees. His business is doing amazing. And I look at him and I'm like, papi, estoy tan orgullosa. I'm so, so proud of you. And he's like, yeah. And what the fuck you doing? Así. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow.
He's like,
so
this is not who I raised.
Yeah.
He's like, you did everything. And because you failed once, because after the 6 weeks, I made a lot of mistakes. I was a 21-year-old living in Miami. Okay.
Yeah.
I had an apartment on the beach. I would be partying from Thursday to Thursday.
Thursday to Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, I was just being a 21-year-old.
Yeah.
So I made a lot of wrong mistakes. I tried to invest into opening my own restaurant and it didn't work out.
Okay.
The pandemic hit.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. Yeah.
It was not my lucky time. So I spent like the last money that I had on that. And like that, it was all gone.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went there, he's like, you failed one time and you gave up.
Yeah.
Like, that's not who I raised.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, I know you can do more. You left everything here to go get opportunities. Take them.
Yeah.
So I cried a 12 hours flight on my way home because that was like on the last day or the day before. I cried my whole way home. And when I came here, I had one of my friends telling me, like, let's go to this event, like it's going to help you or whatever. I'm like, I don't like that shit. I'm like, I don't want. And she's like, come on. I just went so she will shut up.
To be honest with you.
It was RGC, but back when it was batch.
Okay.
It was back.
That's why I figured. Okay.
And it was $90. It was $99.
Which one? What year? Do you remember?
2024, March.
March 1. Okay, because the first one that I went to was in August.
Yeah, no. So the one before that.
The one before that one.
March 2024. So I went there. The ticket was $99. I came back from Argentina with $100 in my account.
So what you spent to go to this networking event?
I had $1 in my bank account the day that I show up in there.
Wow.
Yeah, I went there. It was great. It definitely changed my whole perspective of business. And I'm like, well, maybe I can actually do my freelancing, but as a business. I didn't really knew what I wanted to do, but I realized that if all of them did it, they look like me. Why can't I do it? Like, I already did it. Why I can't do it again? I'm better. So from there, everything developed into having a business. Like a couple of months after, like about 4 or 5 months after, I was already over like $50,000-$60,000 in sales. And I rebranded at the end of the year, and we're almost at 6 figures again.
Oh my gosh. And now you have a whole team.
Now I have a whole team. Yeah. Now I have an actual established business. Now things is serious. Yeah. It's not a freelancing anymore. Now it's like when stuff gets serious, and when I go finally like look at my dad's face and be like, now I know you're proud of me. You don't even need to say.
Oh my goodness. Denise, what an amazing story.
Thank you.
Like legit the not the American experience, the immigrant experience. Like literally by yourself at 18 years old, build a business, lost it. That's fine. It's part of your story, but build it again and then look at where you are now.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's crazy.
God.
When I look back, like when I tell the whole thing, it's like, damn, I did that.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my goodness. So how can people connect with you if they want to hire you for graphic designs, websites, and their branding?
Of course. So on Instagram, as always, I'm on my EDM, so you can hit me up. The brand mob on Instagram. Then the website, it's www.thebrandmob.com. And then the email is just hello@thebrandmob. So you can always contact me through there. My DMs are always open too for any questions. I know just starting a business is hard. Yeah. So just any questions, I'm always open.
Advice is free. I will include your links in the show notes and show description. And then the last question to wrap up this amazing story and conversation is, what does the American dream mean to you?
Doing whatever you want to do. Taking the opportunity and just move forward. People is going to tell you that you can do it, that it's impossible, that you're crazy. What's the worst that it can happen? Yeah. What's normal for other people, it's the worst kind of result for you. Mm-hmm. Don't start the business because it's too hard. What's the worst thing that it can happen? You go back to their reality, having a 9 to 5. Don't move out of the country. Don't go to the US because it's too hard. What's the worst thing that it can happen? You go back home. Mm-hmm. You can change your reality just taking one decision. So the American dream for me is just taking every decision, taking every opportunity, not fearing anything. And if you trust it enough, it will work out.
Amen. I love that. And you're living proof of it. Literally. So definitely follow her, connect with her, check her out. Thank you so much for this, Denise. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you, love.
Thank you for listening to Mami Podcast.